Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to episode 33rd of Unspoken Experiences. And I hope you all are clinging on to some hope in your life. And if for some reason that hope seems non existent in your life, just cling on to the belief that you will find the hope. And I believe that hope is a gift that universe blesses us after testing our patience and endurance. And our today's live session is on the same line that hope will be found. Our today's guest will be talking about her experience where she found her hope at the end of the dark tunnel. Let's wait for her to join us, and then we all can get inspired and motivated with her experience. Hi Shreya.
Hi, Ashima.
Hey, how are you?
Completely fine. What about you?
I'm fine too. See, I told you you will be able to figure it out. And you did.
Yeah, it was pretty easy.
Great. So how you been like?
Sorry, your voice got cut.
Just a sec. Um,
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was asking like how's life treating you? How have you been?
Um, Abhi to it's very nice. Like right now it's going nice. What about you? Like how are you right now?
Pretty decent, like little bit of ups and downs, but yeah, it's going pretty manageable.
Yeah. So let's talk about what we had, why we came here for this session.
Yeah. And
So
before
talking about,
before that, I
yeah.
would like to introduce yourself to everyone.
Yeah, that's I. I'm Shreya Khandelwal. Professionally, I am a product designer, and my hobbies are to travel and to dance. So that's about me.
Sounds great. So,
Thank
what
you.
experience you will be sharing with us? Like, we are so glad. We are so excited to hear about it.
Yeah. So actually, it was like till. Am I audible to you clearly?
Yes, yes, you are.
Yeah.
Perfectly
So
audible.
actually it was like since I have done engineering. So in 11th, 12th, every child is like we have to crack IIT Bombay or we have to crack that. So in that we generally isolate ourselves from the world. As a result, when I entered in the college in the first year, I was like, when I used to interact with people, so it was like, I am very happy with people, happy to go person, everybody, because I used to dance, I used to sing, I used to do everything. So everybody was like, she is a very nice person or she's a star kid sort of thing. But I was not happy with it because it was like when I went there, so I had few problems like overthinking, over scheduling. So I was not happy with it. Then in second year, actually I was in first year I was an achiever also. So it was like I got around 9 in my first semester. So there happened my second semester, and there was my paper of DA. Suddenly, it was like so much thing accumulated that I literally ran away from the paper. I was like, I don't want to give the paper. Because it was like, matlab it happened during the revision time. I don't know, the people don't do revision in engineering. They just go and give the paper. But I was so studious sort of person, so I was doing revision, and I was like, I'll gonna lose marks. I'll gonna do anything, and all the shit came into my mind. It happens that you keep accumulating things, and one day they burst off, and you are like, I cannot handle all of them. So that happened, and then fingers crossed, one of my friends saw me there, and then he brought me to college again, and I gave the paper, and I got a decent number. But after that, it was like more self-doubt, more overthinking. So it was like from second semester till the start of my fourth year. Journey was like कि at one moment I'm very happy and at another moment I'm very sad. So it was a very fluctuating journey. So that was it. But currently it's going pretty well. Matlab, it's going really awesome, this thing. Yeah.
Glad to know that you have been blessed with the blessed from the universe with that hope. It's so amazing,
Yeah.
right? So as you rightly said that when things get accumulated, it has a limit. That once it reaches that limit, it
Yeah.
just takes a
It gets burst.
uh, it
Yeah.
activates something in us that either we want to fight or fight, right?
Yeah. Similar. Similar.
So what if I ask, like, what were the thoughts and emotions at that moment of time?
Matlab, that was not constant because it's like it whole when you're not well now and your family and friends realize that you're not well. Luckily, in this journey, I got really nice people who used to understand by my facial expressions whether I am okay or not okay. So when they are with me, na, it's like a very high moment. I can do anything, I can do everything. But as soon as you go alone, then you are like, oh my God, I cannot even draw a bird very nicely because I used to love drawing, but I was not feeling like to draw or to dance or to do anything. It was like thoughts accumulating, thoughts. And people were there to listen. But in front of them, I was mum because we never talked about after the Sushant's case, this mental health got so much in in charcha, what I will say. But before that, we didn't used to talk about it. ठीक है, लो हो रहा है, कल हाई हो जाएगा, परसों और ठीक है. और फिर when I was surrounded by male friends mainly, so they were like कि कुछ भी चर्च, कुछ भी चीज हो, चल बैठते हैं. So that was the thing कि I never talk to people.
That is right, because when we are in that emotional state, we fall short of words, like how to completely
Yeah,
express ourselves, right?
yeah.
Completely understood. So, like if I ask, what has been the most or the major thing that helped you come out of it? You know?
Matlab, when you asked me about this topic yesterday, na, so then I reflected back upon this because earlier I was not giving thought to it, ki how I recovered, how I did that. But the thing which helped me the most is na, ki I was in that affirmation internally, ki no matter how worse the day goes, how worse the day went, I have to keep moving. Matlab, it was like कि I just kept moving. Suddenly, I was out of that tunnel. कि I even didn't realize at that time. But just keep moving, and never give up helped me a lot. And second most funny thing which happened to me was when I was not well, now I was in college. So it was like कि when the overthinking cloud burst upon me, na, so I used to go downstairs एंड देन आई यूज टू सी पीपल तो फिर वो वाला फीलिंग आता था कि यार इसका ही कुछ हो गया तो मेरा तो हो ही जाएगा सो दैट मोटिवेटेड मी अ लॉट इन द जर्नी सो आई विल से कि अगर ऐसा इफ वी फील अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग ना बिकॉज व्हेन वी लिव in an isolation now, so we become that I have to be overachiever.
So sorry for that technical glitch, and we will start where we left. So let's just wait for Shreya to come in so that I can send her the request to join in. So, till now we have talked about what Shreya went through during her college. Like she studied engineering, and during her second year, she was so okay. Shreya is here. Let me send her the request.
Sorry for the technical glitch.
Hi again. Yeah,
Yeah,
so sorry. I don't know what happened. It was just reconnecting and the video paused, and I was like,
yeah. But this problem we have to face in this environment, so it's like unavoidable.
Rightly said.
Yeah. So where we were in the conversation,
yeah, you were saying,
you were asking me a question.
yeah, I was asking you like, what has been the major thing that helped you, and you mentioned two things about it, and
Yeah.
so where there were you were also sharing something about something on the same line, like that has helped you majorly.
Yeah, yeah. So I was just ending with that note कि whenever you feel like life is being too serious upon you, ना, just meet some random people, you will see कि इनका कुछ हो गया तो मेरा तो हो ही जाएगा. So फिर that gives lots of motivation.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's absolutely right. Like the self affirmations works like wonders. What you tell yourself, because
Yeah.
uh, the majority of the conversation that we have in a day is with ourselves, and it is so important to acknowledge what we are saying to ourselves. And that is very well said. That if you keep on repeating it to yourself, that keep moving, things are going to get better.
Yeah.
Even though your mind is tricking you into not believing it, but somewhere your heart is believing into it, and that is
Yeah,
relaxing you,
this happens.
right? So if I ask, like, how this experience has contributed in your growth as a person.
मतलब I generally call when people ask me कि how was this experience, so I generally call it as the best worst experience because the thing is like कि in 11th 12th my it was like कि your all the inner self what's you now that's got away from me कि it was like कि I was not what I used to be in 10th or in the earlier classes. I was like, I have to achieve this, I have to achieve this with that overachiever mindset. Na? So when I fell into this, na, ki I was not feeling okay types. So I was having those feelings only. But in the entire journey, I discovered myself, what I like, what I dislike, what my opinions are. So I discovered those things. So this experience has helped me to discover who I really am. कि मैं जो हूँ वो मुझे अब पता लग रहा है कि yes, now I am happy inside as well as people are happy with me and that doesn't bother me much because I am happy inside. People will be like if you do A they will like B, if you do B they will like A. So this juggling thoughts, but now after this मतलब there is a difference in the era also. It's like one of my relative is also suffering from this mental health issue, but how people dealt it at that time, it was like a more of a taboo. But in our generation, or not talking about our generation, but for me, it was like an enlightenment path. So I'm not like when people say, ki, why are you comfortable in talking about it openly? So I consider it as a victory. Ki it was an enlightenment path for me. Ki I discovered myself. So it's like how perceptions are changing. Yeah.
That's true. Um, you rightly said, like mental health has been a taboo, and to some extent, it has shed off that taboo, but it still exists. When you
Yeah.
are seeking some help from a therapist or professional, you are just ultimately like diagnosed with some disorder, like you have something in your mind that needs to
Yeah.
be taken care of, but it's not like that, right? It's sometimes just
Even my, yeah.
yeah. No, go ahead.
No, 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 sorry to cut you in between. You go ahead. We are sharing the same opinions.
That's true. I was just saying that it's more of like having that platform of non-judgmental and confidential space to explore ourselves more. That we
Yeah.
sometimes may not find it within or from a friend or a relative that we have. So that a professional or a therapist can provide to us, right?
Yeah. This is true.
You were saying something.
I was saying कि it was such a taboo na, like when I'm saying na, one of my relative had, she had tried all the non-conventional method, like I don't know, matlab those tantric and all things. Even seeing her, our family was so afraid. They were like, you will not gonna tell anybody. You'll matlab ठीक है, we are dealing it with in a different way, but they have this taboo in mind that you are not gonna tell anyone, and they don't know why they are telling so.
Hmm.
मतलब they don't have any clue.
Right, that's right. Yeah, you have like mentioned it very accurately. Like there are still people who are not much aware of something like this exists. Like how we are so much aware of the physical ailments or the physical issues that we have, right? So we are not very much aware of it. So when something like this happens, we generally run to some tantrics and some magic that can help us get rid of it. But it's not like that. And it is like unfortunate that uh, Sushant incident took place to have this mental health awareness break, but it was very much needed in today's time.
Yeah. And kudos to you. You are doing so great thing to people to make people aware, like taking out time for this. So kudos to you.
Thank you so much. And guests like you who have agreed to share their experiences have just helped us achieve that aim that we aim of bringing that mental health awareness. So thanks
Thanks to you.
to for coming. And also, one more thing that I want to ask you is if during that journey, if a mental health professional, how would a mental health professional would help you in that journey? Like you were
Yeah,
fortunate
even
friends. Yeah.
no, actually, apart from friends, here I want to correct people. Friends can heal you emotionally, but there is a hormone disbalance when you overthink, when you go, because it was like when you spend a whole day overthinking, then there are various hormones disbalance. So you need psychiatrist. Apart from friends, I went to a psychiatrist, and I have no problem in sharing that. So it was like कि for starting 6 months, I haven't told my parents about that because I didn't know how will they gonna react to this and everything. So after 6 months, when it was like कि my body went very weak, मतलब I was not able to walk properly. There was some hormonal disbalance, especially in girls. There are more. कि you started feeling abrupt. You are not having regular periods and everything. So there was this thing. So at one night, because the friends part was not working, they can make me mentally strong, but my body was not ready for it. So at one night, midnight, I called my parents, "Ki I'm not feeling well, please take me home," or like that. Touch wood, they handle it very well. In the morning, we didn't went to any like normal doctor. We went to a psychiatrist. That first psychiatrist, because early perceptions, he had that gloomy room. He didn't listen to me. He just wrote medicine, medicine, medicine. I was scared to death. Ki, oh my! First of all, you are not feeling right, and so many medicines. So I was scared to that. I confronted this to my dad that I'm not okay with it. He didn't listen to me. He's being judgmental about me in the initial. So finding a right psychiatrist is also one of the main thing. Then this time Google Zindabad. So we searched a psychiatrist over Google. So it was like when I went to that person in the initial half an hour, and this is how you can select a psychiatrist as well. In the initial half an hour, she didn't even touch a pen. She didn't even wrote anything. She was listening to me. She was getting things out of me. Ki, is there something really wrong, or am I exaggerating the situation? Ki, they ask questions like, have you had a breakup? Are you in the habit of drinking or smoking? So she was trying to figure it out. Ki, is there something really a problem? And to sum it up, she was finding the root cause. Ki, why I am feeling like this? Why I am not feeling normal? Then after half an hour, she just wrote two medicines. So she first of all she explained what's happening hormonically. Ki mentally she understood and she explained things to me. Ki things will go well. You just keep moving. Then she wrote two medicines, and that has helped me in attaining a balance. Because as I mentioned, hormonically I was very disbalanced. So if psychiatrists recommend you, then you should take minor doses, because they are not, if you go to a good psychiatrist, they are not those drug they don't want कि सारे दिन आप medicine लेते रहो, medicine लेते रहो. They also want you to get better. They also want to get good reviews and want to move ahead in their careers. So I would recommend कि if you're feeling very not feeling well, or a hormone disbalance, then you should obviously visit a psychiatrist.
That's right. Um, yeah, and also one more thing that I would like to add is that there are two kinds of professionals. Like one is a psychiatrist and one is a psychologist, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
psychiatrists are people who, like doctors, who recommend or prescribe medicines, right? And of course, after listening to everything that you have
Yeah.
to figure out, right? And psychologists are people who work through therapies. Like there are different kinds of therapies, like that you can do with a little bit of support. Like different kinds of therapies, like mindfulness is one kind of therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy that works on your thought level. So there are different kinds of therapies that psychologists work through. So psychologists don't prescribe medicines, right?
Okay, this I got to know right now.
Yeah, because
Without medicines, yeah,
yeah,
without medicines, if you're getting healed, that's way better, because once you see medicines, na, then you start feeling, ki, am I going somewhere wrong? What's happening with me? So if
hmm,
without medicines it's happening, then it's wonderful. I didn't get no, acknowledged with that thing. Ki I didn't find any people like this.
right. And sometimes medicine and therapies go hand by hand,
Yeah.
hand in hand. Sorry,
Yeah,
because
hand in hand.
sometimes we are so emotionally overwhelmed that medicines helps to calm us down. And when we are calmed
Hmm.
down, then therapies can work because it is our conscious efforts that we aim with therapies. Right? So sometimes,
Yeah, I got to know. Yeah,
yeah,
I got to know the therapy part from you. That's why these sessions are very insightful. Ki you get to, at any cost, you get to learn anything. It's like ki, study never go waste, and interacting with good people never go waste.
true, true, definitely. And
Yeah.
you also said it rightly that research have said that stress has impact on our nervous system, especially on our immune system that we have.
Yeah.
So that's very rightly said.
It was. I was, as I told you, I was a very sincere child, so I didn't do any drinking, smoking. But it was so hampering over me, na, ki I was not able to walk properly. So it really hampers over you. Really, it hampers.
That is true. And like any message that you would like to convey to people who are traveling through a dark tunnel or a difficult journey in their life.
From the initial till now, I have been saying just keep moving. And second thing, for prevention. In my case, I was listening to people so much that I forgot myself. So it's like live the life the way you want to live. And when you will interact with people, because since I told you now that I love traveling, so I meet the people around. They have no fear of judgment. So meeting such people, you forget what's judgment. You forget what's happening. Like why, if that this attitude comes, ki if they are judging, then it's their problem. It's not your problem. So such attitude comes. So to prevent the things, in my case, if someone would have told me this, na, ki live the life the way you want to live, I would have never fallen into this. But I am not sad ki I have fallen into it, because I discovered myself. So that's what I wanna tell people.
That's amazing. Like with different people that you meet, you get to broaden your perspective,
Yeah,
right? That's so amazing. Like, keep on moving. And sometimes, what people who say that keep moving and, things will get better soon, or you will discover yourself, have been through that journey. And when the person who is traveling right now, when they come out, they too will discover themselves. Right.
Yeah, even sharing an incident here, I went to Bangalore one time. So it was a very rough day. We were like rushing, going everywhere. Then a person, an old lady was there. So she spoke something in Kannada. That new language excited all of us so much. Now we were like, speak Kannada, speak Kannada. So when you go to new places, their culture, their everything, what they follow, excites you. It brings smile to your face.
That's right. That's true. Like you
Yeah.
get to know like there are different things that exist that we are not yet aware of, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. It was so insightful talking to you, Shreya. I had such a wonderful time talking to you. Like it was
Same this side, Ashima. Yeah, it was really amazing.
yeah, same here. And thank you so much for agreeing to do this live on a very short notice. I really appreciate it.
No, it's my pleasure that I am here.
Thank you so much. So
Yeah,
I think to take much for sharing your experience and your journey with us today. And I am taking a lot from this live myself, and I'm sure people who have or will be watching us later will be taking something or the other with them as well.
same this side. Have a nice day, Ashima.
You too, Shreya. Thank you. Thank you for coming today.
Yeah,
Hi, take
yeah. Welcome. Bye bye. Take care.
you too. So this was Shreya who shared her journey of finding hope in her life, and I hope you all are taking something or the other if you have watched till here. And do share your feedbacks with us. And if you also have a story that um, have that been a great life, we would love to have you with us. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.